Welcome, everyone, to the Plains in Jordan-Hare Stadium, home of the Auburn Tigers, where telling someone War Eagle is just as common as saying hello. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the winners of 5 straight, the Auburn Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Gamecocks will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Kane. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. First down here for the offense. They'll run it from the gun. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
3rd and 6, and they'll need a big play here on this opening drive. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the shuffle.
Well, they try to throw for it there on 3rd down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense. And, guys, let's also trust this home field advantage and the crowd to get loud and make it real difficult on our opponent.
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it on 4th down in his own territory. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Gets his first one of the day away, and that matches his total from that victory last week. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. On the ground, it's Bond. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
And not much going on downfield. You just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously, so he's outside the tackle box. He knew to throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Buying some time. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Makes makes the catch past the sticks. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to the run. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Sellers. It's complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. On the move is the 30. Working their way closer and closer. A 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. And the Gamecocks are on the move. He's going to pass. Makes the grab. It's Brown. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Caught behind the line. It's Bond. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're
They'll try to start the 2nd quarter by putting points on the board with a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. No good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
Well, they knew coming into this game touchdowns were going to be real hard to come by going up against this defense. So when you got opportunities to kick field goals, you've got to come away with 3 points. You're not going to get these chances very often.
They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to the back. Solid run, picks up 6 and gets it to the 28.
Listen, I know that's not a huge gain, but those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll throughout a fourth quarter game.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the fullback. Really nice job creating his own space, running with attitude. He's up to the 37-yard line.
And this fullback, he's a part of the running attack. It's not just going to be tailbacks carrying the football. The fullback, he can do some work as well running between the tackles. He showed you there.
Give to the running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so third down becomes an easier down. It's not third and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
They have declared their intentions on this drive, keeping it on the ground. It's 1st and 10 again. They're going to ride this running back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. The play action fake. The throw. It's complete to the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40.
Really nice job there by the quarterback understanding it's blitz. And not just that it's blitz, but knowing whether it's man coverage or zone coverage behind the blitz. You still got to know where your answer is going to be based on what the defense is doing in the back end. And he add the answer to the test right there.
We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Now on 1st down from the 40. Power football with the run. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. They go to the ground. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Ball's out. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Tigers line it up with a 1st and goal. Sticks it in his belly. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Out of the gun, looking to throw.
What kind of throw is that, bro?
In the end zone.
Just put it on him. What the fuck? He wide
So they
open.
got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this
Fluky
half.
ass game, man. Fuck out of here.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Jacobs. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision-making.
They really got things moving on this drive. 2nd play of the drive comes from the 37. To the air, it's Sellers. Looking down the middle. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. There's a better play there by the defense.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Getting some heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down from the big pickup.
I think you're seeing the chemistry between these two guys on that last play, right? Quarterback's on the move. He's got to find his big fella. He does a great job of finding the soft spot in the defense and settling down. He was a stationary target for his quarterback on the move, and that really helped him pick up that first.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Timeout, South Carolina.
And here comes the field goal unit for the 2nd time tonight. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Looking to move it through the air. He spins that thing down the middle. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Second down coming up. Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play, because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. They'll ride the hot hand. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. He'll set up to throw. Fires toward the end zone. And that pass is intercepted. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
Man, teams that play cover one at an elite level have an elite guy in the middle of the field that he's playing zone, everybody else playing man, and he can cover so much ground. You watch him run, breaks on the football when he needs to, goes and makes the big interception.
Firing to the right, complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And quarterback, receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On second down, he'll fire. He lofts one down the sideline. And that pass intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
I'll tell you what, safeties in today's football now, it changes, right? You used to be big hitters that spin down all the time and have to play the run. Now with so much pass, so much spread, you better be able to cover. You better be able to have some speed. Great job sitting back in zone coverage, breaking on the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Kevin?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Arkansas State fell behind early, and it's been an uphill climb since. Thing is, this is a program that's worked the portal about as well as anyone. These kids are tough, and they could just find a way. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to South Alabama. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping. And he intercepts it.
Sitting right on it.
Taking it the other way. Touchdown, South Carolina. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. And he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Looking to go up top on first down. That one comes out hot down the right side. And he makes the catch inside the 10. Touchdown, Auburn. What a catch and run for 6. They're going to go ahead and go for 2 here and try to make it a field goal game. On the move. He gets it in for the 2, and now a field goal would tie it. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25.
Making work.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Using his legs, it's Bond. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Handoff to the single running back. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Off the play fake. Fires to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the ball's going. You've got to hold it to the very last possible second. Try to freeze defenders with your eyes and then throw the ball into open areas of the field, anticipating where your guy's going to be.
Now on 2nd down. They'll try the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going to try to get it himself. Hard running there. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Got his man on the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make a miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, South Carolina 17, Auburn 14.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. Looking to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give to the fullback. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this third and short. To the ground with the back. And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
Field goal is good. All tied up here in the fourth quarter.
And that's why this kid is so automatic. Set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking downfield, it's Sellers. Snags it over the middle. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the 1st down.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you got to love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. He's got an open man. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. With the catch, it's Jacobs. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw in the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone. They executed that perfectly.
They end this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Fires deep toward the end zone. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. And that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes a connection. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Oh, it's a reverse. And they're finally able to get him on the ground at the 1. Offense will use a timeout with 28 ticks remaining. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. They'll try to run for it. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The offense will use a timeout with 25 seconds left. tie game here late, and they do not want to give up this football. They'll go for it. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
And how about this offense, man? They knew they needed to execute. Great play calling, great drive, put it together. Now you got a chance to go up by 7 late in this ball game, and then let your defense go on the field and seal it for you.
He'll bring it out. It's Kane. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Timeout called by the defense, and 15 seconds to go in this one. No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Quarterback checking the play. He's looking to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, you look at the clock, they've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. When you hit this point in the season, week 7, you sort of turn the corner and you remain unbeaten. At this point, you've morphed into a championship contender.
Yes, but you don't want to peek too far ahead, Reese. You kind of want to be like, nothing to see here, just move on. We haven't accomplished what we wanted yet. We haven't accomplished what we set out to do. It's week 7. I know you guys got bigger hopes and bigger dreams than just being to week 7 and being undefeated.
And guys, I've been really impressed with this team because they just seemed to always have an identity. From the very beginning of the year, they knew who they were, they knew what they were going to go out and try to accomplish and how they wanted to dominate teams. And they've been able to do that to this point. So, David, to your point, just keep getting better every single week moving ahead. And this team could be in the college football playoff discussion.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.